Hey guys, so today we are going to study the subject called quality and reliability engineering, that is Q&RE. As you know that in this subject mainly focus will be the first six chapters are based on quality engineering, first five chapters, and sixth chapter is based on reliability engineering. So five chapters are based on quality and sixth is based on reliability. So uh, let's start with the introduction of quality engineering. So what is quality engineering? So in this chapter we will see few topics like concept, what is the concept of quality, definitions and dimensions of quality, and etc. What are the various concept of quality engineering? So we'll see that one by one. So let's start with the concept. So from ancient times, the quality of goods and services are been monitored directly or indirectly. So if let's say uh, if we look at the construction of the pyramid, you must have seen the construction of the pyramid or the Taj Mahal. Okay, so the Greek ancient arts, crafts, and architecture, Roman builds cities, it clearly demonstrates artists' and engineers' commitment for achieving the excellence in the quality. So quality was always committed. So, however, till 1800s, the production of goods and services was primarily done by small group of individuals. So it was done by small group of individuals. So these small groups often family business were having a family business. So thus the standard of quality was controlled and set by individual who is in turn also responsible for producing the item. So who produce the item is responsible for the quality. So therefore the name or the branding of that family becomes the as a name of the quality. Okay, so thus the uh, standard was controlled by a set of individuals who also were responsible for the quality. So this phase comprising the time period of 1900s. So in 1900s it is called the period of operator quality. So this period was called operator quality. So the entire product was manufactured by a single person or operator or by a small group of persons who essentially controlled the quality. So thus controlling and improving the quality of the product was aligned with the philosophy of the pride in the workmanship. So who produces group of people, they were controlling the quality till 1900. So after 1900s to let's say uh, 1920, a second phase evolved, so which was called foreman foreman quality control. So in this phase, the concept of mass production with little emphasis on the personal accomplishment at the workplace was introduced. So mass production was introduced plus a little accomplishment at the workplace. So supervisors are responsible to ensuring that quality was achieved. So supervisors were ensuring the quality is achieved. Then foremen or supervisors control the quality. So foremen or supervisors control the quality of the product and they were responsible for the shop floor operations. So they were responsible for the quality. Then from 1920 to, let's say, 1940. So the next phase of quality was came into existence. That's called inspection quality control. So inspection quality control. So with more complicated products and processes. So now what happened, that the production process has become complicated. So it become impossible for to keep close watch over individual stages of operation. So inspectors were assigned to check the quality of a product after processing. So individual product standards were set, attending discrepancies between the standard and the actual product. So what they were done, the inspector would ensure the quality. Now the inspector will ensure the quality. So how we will ensure? So it will compare with the standard product and an individual product. So individual products standards are set. So standards are set uh, for some of the features. So the features, few features standards are set. So as we know that any, suppose any product, there are specifications of the product. So that specification describes the standards of the product. So defective items were set aside as a scrap, and few items with minor defect are reworked to meet the specified standard or specification. So in this period, statistical process control of quality was also popularized and gained widespread application in industries. So in 1924, the telephone laboratories introduced the concept of statistical charts to monitor variability of the product characteristics. So they introduced a chart to monitor the variability of product variability of product characteristics. So this chart were called control charts. So this chart were called control charts. So this charts decides the quality of the product because of change in little processes or the change in the little product. So in the latter half of 1920s, so telephone laboratories proposed the acceptance of sampling plans for inspection. So the sampling plans were accepted for the inspection. So this plans substituted the concept of 100% inspection. So this substituted the concept of 100% inspection is not required now. So it substituted with the sampling plans. So during 1930s, so the application of acceptance sampling plans was in full flow in this industries. So this was in full flow. So during 1930s, the Walter and testing company, that is ESTM, American Society of Testing Materials, ASME, different institutes like ASTM, this is American Society for Testing Materials, then ASME, that is American Society for Mechanical Engineers, then ASA, that is American Statistical Association, and IMS, that is Institute of Mathematical Statistics, created a joint committee for development of statistical techniques for application in engineering industries. So they created a joint committee. So the phase of statistical quality control. So the phase of statistical quality control was between 1940 to 1960. So this was the phase of statistical quality control. So during the World War II, the principles of sampling instruction plan was extremely useful. So this was very useful during the World War II. So the American Society for Quality Control, that is American Society for Quality Control, ASQC, was formed in 1946. So this was formed in 1946, and a set of sampling inspection plans for attributes was developed in 1950. So a sampling plan was developed in 1950. So these plans underwent various modifications. So in addition, during 1957, a set of sampling plans for variables also was proposed. So variables sampling plans. So uh, author also published his quality control handbook in 1957. So this this is the timelines how the quality control has been developed over various phases. So then the use of quality control procedures and benefits of this quality statistical control was not explored in the most of the US industries. So this may have due to monopoly market. So however, Japan after World War II embraced the new philosophy wholeheartedly. So that Deming, who was invented to Japan during 1950, and Japanese engineers were convinced about the importance of statistical quality control as a means to gain the competitive advantage in the world economy. So another quality guru, J.M. Juren, visited the Japan in 1954. So and further impressed upon the strategic role that management plays to achieve the end quality. So, uh, this he visited in 1954 and played that lead to management can achieve the end quality, and thus they started to develop strong commitment to train and educate the employee. So they started the commitment for train and educate the employee on statistical process control. So the next phase was in 1960, that is 1960. During 1960, the total quality control, that is TQC, total quality control, an important feature during this phase. So, an important feature during this phase was involvement of several departments and personnel in the quality development process. So, all the departments and persons working in all the departments should involve in the quality development process. So, in this process, all the departments should merge. So, prior to this period, the attitude was the quality is responsibility of the inspection. So, it is the responsibility for the inspection only. So, in 1960s, there was a change in the attitude. So employees began to understand that each department within the organization has contribution to build quality in an item. So concept of zero defects. So the concept of zero defects, which encircle around achieving productivity through worker involvement, emerged during this period. So this concept was emerged. So with more or less same underlying philosophy, quality circles were introduced in many Japanese industries. So quality circles were introduced in many Japanese industries. So the concept of quality circles is based on participative or teamwork style of management. So that is teamwork style of management or participative way of management. So it believes that quality and productivity can be achieved through informal group discussion, decision, and pertinent action. So group discussion, decisions, and actions can improve the quality and productivity of any industry. So then in 1970s, in 1970s, the phase of TQM, that is total quality management, came into existence. So this phase involved the participation of everyone in the organization. So this took into account the participation of everyone. So from the below operator to the supervisor. So from the below operator to supervisor to manager and even chief executive officer, so even CEO. So from below to top everyone was involved. So quality was responsibility of every individual. And another quality, guru defines the quality as a quality practice is agreed on company wide and plant wide operating work structure, documented in effective integrated technical managerial procedures for guiding the coordinated actions of the people, the machines, and the information of the organization in the best practical ways to ensure customer quality. So this big definition was given by the person Fabiguin. So this was a definition which was stated by him. So in 1970s, it also marks the extensive use of graphical tool known as cause and effect diagram. So cause and effect diagram. So also in this decade, Tauchi of Japan introduced the concept of robust design in statistical experimentation. So Tauchi also introduced TAGUCH. Tauchi also introduced the robust design in statistical experimentation. Statistical experimentation. So during 1980s, so various quality control and statistical software came into the market. So what happened in 1980s? Various software came into the market. So the notion of the total quality management increased the emphasis on the supplier's quality, product design, quality assurance. So various companies like Ford, Daimler, General Motors, GM adopted the quality philosophy and insisted supplier to adopt various quality control and quality improvement techniques. So they insisted also to the suppliers to implement these techniques. So in 1989, the Motorola started the Six Sigma initiative. So, Six Sigma initiative, a quality philosophy driven by statistical approach for decision making, which within 10 years, which within 10 years was sincerely adopted by various other companies. So, this is the main history, all the history of the quality concept of the quality, how it has been introduced in